The tale of the humble man and the broken plates. In a small village nestled among the rolling hills of Kenya, there lived a man named Kamau. Kamau was known throughout the village as a hardworking and humble man. He had little in terms of material wealth, but he possessed a strong work ethic and a good heart. He worked tirelessly for different people, doing odd jobs here and there, always with a smile on his face and a willingness to help. The villagers often spoke well of Kamau. "What a good man," they would say. "He is always so humble and hardworking. If anyone deserves to be rich, it is Kamau." However, there was a wise old man in the village, known as Mzikibit, who was not so quick to sing Kamau's praises. He often said, "You do not know the true nature of a person until they have wealth. Poverty hides many things, but wealth reveals the true character." The villagers would shake their heads in disagreement. "Kamau is different," they would say. "Even if he becomes rich, he will remain humble." Mzikibit, however, was not convinced. He decided to devise a plan to reveal the true nature of Kamau. One day, he approached a wealthy merchant in a nearby town and convinced him to lend Kamau a small amount of money, enough to start a small business. The merchant, trusting Mzikibit's wisdom, agreed. Kamau was overjoyed when he received the money. He decided to invest it in buying glass plates, which were becoming popular in the village. He started small, purchasing a modest amount of plates and selling them at the market. To his delight, the plates sold quickly, and he made a tidy profit. With the money he earned, Kamau bought more plates, doubling his inventory. As his business grew, so did his confidence. He began to dream of the riches that would soon be his. One evening, after a successful day at the market, Kamau sat in his small hut, surrounded by the plates he had just bought. He was lost in thought, envisioning his future. "If I sell these plates," he thought, "I will make a lot of money. Then, I will go to the market again and buy even more plates. Before long, I will be so rich that even the chief of our village will recognize me. Yes, the chief will see my wealth, and he will offer me his daughter's hand in marriage." Kamau's thoughts grew grander and grander. "Once I marry the chief's daughter," he continued in his mind, "she will cook for me, and I will tell her there is too much salt in the soup. When she does not obey me, I will send her back to her father. And when the chief and his wife come to plead with me, I will kick them out of my house because I will be richer than them." As Kamau imagined his newfound power, he grew more excited. He stood up and, in his mind, began to demonstrate how he would kick the chief and his wife out of his house. But in his excitement, he had forgotten that the plates he had just purchased were lying directly in front of him. As he kicked out with his foot, mimicking the grand gesture he had imagined, his foot struck the plates, sending them crashing to the ground. The sound of shattering glass brought Kamau out of his daydream. He looked down in horror at the broken pieces scattered across the floor. All the plates he had bought with his hard-earned money were destroyed in an instant. His dreams of wealth and power vanished as quickly as the plates had broken. Kamau stood in shock, unable to comprehend what had just happened. His pride and greed had led him to forget the present, and now he had nothing to show for all his hard work. The next day, the merchant who had lent Kamau the money came to collect his debt. But Kamau, having lost everything, had no money to repay him. The villagers, who had once praised Kamau for his humility and hard work, now saw him in a different light. Mzee Kibit's words echoed in their minds, "You do not know the true nature of a person until they have wealth." Kamau, humbled by his own foolishness, realized that his dreams of grandeur had been nothing more than illusions. His pride had been his downfall, and now he was poorer than ever. He had to return to doing odd jobs for others just to make ends meet. The villagers learned a valuable lesson from Kamau's story, and so did Kamau himself. He understood that true wealth was not in money or possessions, but in character and humility. He worked hard to regain the trust of the villagers, and though he never became rich, he found peace in knowing that he had learned the most important lesson of all. Mzee Kibit's wisdom had proven true, and the villagers came to respect his insight even more. They realized that wealth could change a person, and that the true measure of a person's character was not in their poverty or riches, but in how they treated others, regardless of their circumstances. As for Kamau, he remained in the village, working humbly and honestly, content with the simple life he led. He never forgot the lesson he had learned, and he became an example of humility and perseverance for future generations.